Several years ago in March, I wrote 3 paragraphs about the V3 Summicron 50. That was a mistake. This lens deserves to be shot by a better photographer than me. It also deserves to be written about by someone that both understands and loves words more than me. It is my favorite f2 lens of all time. It is small, it is sharp, it is light, it is contrasty, warm, smooth and beautiful. It renders the nicest bokeh highlights I've seen in any moderate speed 50mm lens and even closes in on a few faster lenses. Best of all, it is one of the least popular Summicron 50s out there. As such, it can be had for a few $100s less than its modern rivals. Add to that a long focus throw and a traditional ribbed focus ring, and you get a lens with few drawbacks, one of which is its close focus limit. Speaking of which, the only thing that really buggers me about rangefinders is that they can't focus very close. A 70mm minimum focus distance is roughly 152% longer than the 46cm of a similar SLR lens. If you're a crop fanatic, it is more than double the minimum focus distance of a 35mm APS-C lens. Coincidentally, I wrote about that in the article entitled Reach, APS-C's biggest advantage over full frame. You'll find that in the link below. The V3 Summicron's coatings look fantastic under both controlled and natural light, and its tapered barrel looks fantastic on a Leica M240. My wife and I took a small trip to Nagano, Japan for a bit of hiking, bicycling and swimming. There we confronted beautiful vistas, clean air, flowers, amazing fusion French cuisine, and idiotic salaried paralytics who took the party to Mother Nature. Unfortunately, that sort of behavior is normal in Japanese campgrounds. Anyway, the only lens I took along was a V3 50mm Summicron. I even left my tripod at home. This is just a pictorial essay and the following is mostly praise. What I love most about this lens's bokeh is that whilst showing off beautifully soft highlights and the odd swirl, it dekes out both onions and pincushions. Neither are its cat eyes too pronounced. Both foreground and background bokeh is smooth, and when swirling, its background never goes madly centrifugal like a Zoomilex M50 Preasphericals might. I have to admit, this lens sometimes outputs images more contrasty than is my preference. Despite being a lens from 50 years ago, the Summicron pushes black point fall off almost as fast as a modern lens. If contrast isn't your thing, perhaps an older Summicron would do the trick. The only other iffy thing about the V3 Summicron is its build. Both its aperture and focus rings play more than is normal for a Leica lens, and in general its parts are looser than is typical for a lens of its vintage. Even Leica go through cheap phases. The silhouetted images show a group of enthusiastic film photographers out on a morning shoot. They carried a twin lens Rolei, an Olympus OM, an instant camera, and a Fujifilm 6x7 bellows camera between them. We had a good long chat, after which I surreptitiously snapped them on the docks. If you're keen to see what and how they shoot, have a look at their Instagram accounts, linked below. Thanks to its long focus throw and generous focus ring, the V3 Summicron is great on any camera, native or adapted. Its focus ring glides smoothly from infinity to close focus, and it is perfectly ready for journalistic work, events, and nature. I love it even more than the APO Summicron 50, and because it so adroitly juggles graceful out-of-focus presentation with sharpness and flare control, I consider it among the best of all contrasty Summicrons. That includes the V3, the V4, and the APO. On my way out, I'll leave you with the following collection of images from Japan and British Columbia. If you liked this video and this essay, leave a thumbs up. If you didn't, do the undone thing and leave 2 thumbs down. Liked it, or hated it, or loved it. Leave a comment. I look forward to hearing from you. I'll see you next time.